Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. Listen, you don't blame me for the sound of the wind, okay? But guess what? It was a beautiful day today, and I felt like today was the perfect day to kind of kick off the season, start cooking outside, bring you out here with me, let go of the fear that I might not look so perfect and then you might hear the wind, and really embrace and enjoy the season that we're in and the season that we're about to be in, which is going to be filled with get-togethers and delicious food and all of the wonderful things. So today I'm going to make a grilled veggie Orzo pasta salad. It is so fantastic. It is so delicious. I'm thrilled to share it with you. You can make this in advance, which is perfect if you are doing a gathering. You can change up the vegetables any way your heart desires. You can really customize it to what you like. What I'm doing right now, ideally you don't use an eggplant this big. My eggplants are not ready in my garden yet, so I'm using what I've got. And instead of slicing this lengthwise, I'm just sort of slicing it into really nice thick rounds. And the reason I don't like to go too thin is because otherwise I will lose any and all texture, and I don't get a bite of like that delicious grilled vegetable throughout my salad. So this is a really nice, barely any seeds, so it's going to be wonderful. I also took a zucchini, and that I did cut lengthwise into nice thick planks like so. I'm not going to need all of these vegetables, but I'm going to grill all of them because I love to have them on hand. And then I'm just going to do a a red and a yellow bell pepper. I just kind of cut around the stem, and then I have an ear of corn here. And like I said, I'm not going to use all the pepper and all of the zucchini today, but I'm going to grill them all because I like it. You can make a vegetable wrap with it, you can make sandwiches, you can put it in different salads, and you can eat them as a side. All I'm going to do very easily, I've got my grill preheating. I'm going to drizzle the whole shebang with a little olive oil to keep things from sticking. And then I'll give them a little massage-a-roo and flip them around. I already have my Orzo cooked. You can use Orzo, you can use different shapes of pasta. I really like Orzo. I just feel like it drinks up flavor really nicely. So that's why I'm a big fan, but you can use any shortcut pasta that you like. And if you are someone who enjoys a gluten-free way of living, you can do the same thing with rice or a gluten-free pasta of your choice, boo. Grill is ready. I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna pop these on, and we're gonna start cooking. Vegetables on, medium high on the grill. I really don't like a grill that's too cool unless I'm doing something that requires a specific item to cook a long time. Then I always start it hot and then turn it down. But for the purpose of this, I want lots of heat. I want beautiful color. Like so, like that, and just kind of cook them until they're somewhat tender, still have texture, and they look beautiful. Just pop those on. All right, I need some fresh basil, fresh oregano, some chives. The garden is brand new. Things are not, with the exception of mint, as you can clearly see. Things are not ready yet, but we do have herbs. And we do have some beautiful chives that are ready. And I'm going to take some because I'm going to add the basil to a vinaigrette and make a really beautiful basil, shallot, garlic vinaigrette. That is just delicious. So that's it for now. Oh, don't forget my oregano. Okay, so now I'm ready to make the dressing. I'm gonna make quite a bit of it because it's fantastic to keep on hand to dress anything your heart desires. It's very pungent. There's raw garlic in it, shallots. I've also got the basil and the oregano in there. It's so good, so, so good. I'm gonna add a little squeeze of limon. Oh, I got some pits in there. Let me get those out. Let me fish it out. There's one, and there's two. Look at me. And I got one in there again. Come on, Laura Valentina. I'm so used to saying Mia Valentina. There we go. And then you're gonna add a good amount of red wine vinegar. It's always kind of up to you how strong you want your dressing to be in terms of you know, how pungent you want it to be. And then a good amount of olive oil. Again, I'm making a lot of dressing here because it is absolutely divine. Don't forget to dress your dressing. Ordinarily, I would do this in a blender, but I really didn't want to bring my big blender out here, so I'm going to do this with my immersion blender and then just hope that nothing goes everywhere. Now, I just want to warn you, that dressing is so delicious. If you make this in, say, a blender, you'll notice that it'll be a lot greener because the blender will emulsify things better. It'll basically puree the herbs, where with the immersion blender, it's just not that simple. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some parsley and I'm gonna chop some chives to add to my orzo, and then I'll just start chopping all the vegetables. I'm just gonna go grab them and bring them to my board. Vegetables are perfectly grilled, perfect. So delicious. I love a grilled veg. I love a grilled eggplant. Must be heavily salted, which is not yet, but it will be. For now, what I'm gonna do is chop up my eggplant, most of my eggplant, and my zucchini. I've got my orzo in my bowl, already cooked. I rinsed it just to shock it from cooking any further and getting all gummy. And look, it's perfectly fluffy and wonderful and ready to soak up that phenomenal dressing and all of the juices from the vegetables, all of the flavors. So just go ahead, chop everything up, and then as I chop, I'm gonna add right on top. There's no need to get a different bowl. On top of chopping up my veg, I'm also dicing up a little mozz. You could do anything. You could do feta, you could do a little gorgonzola, you could do anything your heart desires, or you could leave it out completely. That is all up to you. I just think that you have a balance of sort of the creamy cheese with the sweet vegetables, the really lovely tangy dressing, and then we're gonna need some bites of something really salty. So to me, it's really hard to get any better than capers and olives. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some capers. You don't have to, and I'm gonna add some olives. You can tell I'm kind of fanning this out, and the reason why I'm fanning out those vegetables is because I want to hit them with a really good pinch of salt and pepper, because we didn't season the vegetables. I've seasoned the dressing, I seasoned the orzo when I cooked it in boiling water, but it's really important that you season your vegetables as well. Otherwise, you're gonna have everything is just not gonna have a beautiful balance. You're gonna bite into well-seasoned pasta, and then everything will just feel very bland. And then, like I said, capers, because I'm obsessed. Olives, I'm using my trusty Kalamata olives. I'm just gonna cut them in half. They're easy, they're delicious, they're easy to find, and I love them. Pour in that dressing. You're only gonna need about half of that. And then you're going to just gently give this everything a really lovely stir. Look at that. The colors, smells fantastic. This, by the way, is only 8 ounces of orzo. Orzo bulks up like crazy, so you can feed a good amount of people with just 8 ounces. You gotta trust me. And if you wanted to, you could add tomatoes to this. You could add cucumber. I mean, anything you want. I like what I'm adding. I like that all my vegetables are grilled. I like that there's olives in there. Want a bit more black pepper for sure. Gonna give this a taste test using this gigantic spoon because it's what I have. Oh my goodness, it's fantastic. The dressing is a 10 out of 10. The mix of everything is really delicious. Just Joe and I for dinner, so don't come at me. Spectacular. LauraInTheKitchen.com will have the written recipe for you. Please make this summer. It's gonna be good for every grill out, every Memorial Day, Labor Day, whatever it is that you're celebrating. There's just no way that it wouldn't be perfect. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you next time. Do I feel like I'm in the wild? I feel like I'm more in the wild. We'll see you next time.